Good morning. It's Tuesday, April 6, 2021. I'm Russell, and this is Rocky Road Devotions, a few minutes of help for today's journey. Our devotion today is entitled Bright Morning Star, and our scripture is Revelation chapter 22. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this message for the churches. I am both the source of David and the heir to his throne. I am the bright morning star. Driving to the churches I serve takes close to a full hour. After nearly 9 years, I hardly think of how long it takes. In fact, it's a wonderful opportunity to be quiet and see the rolling hills of the Piedmont Triad, to pray and try to remember my sermon points. That's a normal Sunday. Last Sunday was not your average run-of-the-mill Sunday. Last Sunday was Easter, Resurrection morning. That Sunday always begins differently. The first part is getting up an hour earlier. It was still pitch black when I left the house before 6 in the morning. By the time I got to the new bypass around Ashboro driving east, the sky was showing faint signs of dawn approaching. When I began that long stretch of straight, uphill road, only a few miles from my destination, I was staring right at the most impressive dark sky with only one bright, dramatic point of light, the beautiful morning star. Now, I'm not an astronomer. I barely escaped high school science with tail feathers burning, so I wouldn't know if it was Venus or a supernova without an astronomical guide. But for me, it was the morning star, and I was reminded of the Revelation's declaration. The bright morning star, the prophet Daniel's ancient one, ruling from heaven, is ancient enough to be King David's ancestor, or source, and also heir to David's throne. At once and always, he's history, current events, and future. Here is our eternal God. It was unsettling, heartwarming, strange, and in some ethereal sense a thin place between heaven and Randolph County. That different moment spoke to my heart a sense of serene peacefulness, the kind the soul craves, and which is largely unavailable in any other way than as a gift from Christ's nail-pierced hands. The rest of my Sunday was like many before. Worship service at First Church, mad dash to get to worship service on time at Second Church, drive back to First Church to pick up the coat I'd forgotten on the first pew, picking up potatoes on the way home, quick change, 10-minute nap, okay, just a long sigh with a nap wannabe, and then gathering dishes of food and heading out for our Easter gathering at daughter Jen's house. There were the usual phone calls from scattered family, too much food on the plates, hugs, laughter, remembering past gatherings, and hearing news of what the family's been up to. The drive home around 5:30 in the evening was the first leisurely thing of my day. The thoughts on our short ride were of leftovers, cleaning up the pots later, and just how ridiculous that mailbox on Beck's Church Road looked with a silly wooden flamingo draped over it. These thoughts were largely just a vague background for the overwhelming sense of gratitude I felt for my life and how God was so gracious to let me live it. And amid the random wildflowers of my thoughts sprang up a beautiful rose, the picture of the bright and morning star I'd seen around 6:30 that morning, the promise of God's presence through every day, all day, without fail. He was there, guiding our gathering and worshiping and leaving to other gatherings. He was present in the cooking, the driving, the potato gathering, and every other little detail. He was in the prayers before our meal, and even the laughter over that ludicrous flamingo mailbox. And I'm certain he was there when I pulled up the covers for a much-needed night's rest. The bright and morning star shined on all of it, even when I momentarily just didn't think about him. For you today, if it's been a while since you examined some of the details of your busy days or your lonely days or your painful days, Let the morning star's presence shine a little light on it. Makes for a wonderful night's sleep. You chew on that as you hit the rocky road. Have a blessed day.